Hi everybody, it's Patty the Tinker's wife here, and I'm alive and well, just so you know. A lot has been going on in the last 3 months, especially the last 2 months. It's been pretty overwhelming and mentally and emotionally and physically for me. That's how come I haven't been online much. I want to welcome everybody that's here today, though, because I am glad you're here. Uh, you guys are the reason that I even do this, honestly. Um, I really hope that what I will be sharing will be an inspiration to you, that you'll find value in it, not just in this little talk today, because this is not a normal video, because it is kind of a catch up thing today. So, anyhow, yeah, so, and thanks everybody who's joined during my downtime. That has just been a real blessing. That means a lot to me to have people decide to follow the channel. And if you are not a YouTube person, if you don't have YouTube and you want to interact with people like me and others, be able to comment, be able to like videos, and support people who do this kind of thing, get an account. You don't have to make videos, and it's free. It's a lot of fun, and maybe someday you'll be inspired to try something yourself. It's amazing, and it's a lot of fun, and you meet a lot of great people, quite honestly. Okay, so let's see. Where do I begin? It's been over a month ago that I extracted my things that I wanted to keep out of the house and put them in a 10 by 16 pod. And the remainder went to the estate sale that we had a couple weeks ago. I have never worked so hard. I had oh my gosh, it was 3 days. I was on pure adrenaline, I'm sure, because the pain levels are way down. You know, when your adrenaline surges, you don't feel pain quite as much and all that kind of stuff. I didn't realize, I was like a rock star. I could not believe it was me doing all that work. I did it. I went up and down stairs. I did all kinds of crazy things. Someone goes, I don't want you lifting all those bins, because I had a lot of those totes, and boxes and stuff. And my deck, which it was like a 10 by or 12 by 22 foot deck, the thing was half full of bins. And there was some in the living room, and it was crazy. So I went through all that stuff. And one person made a comment, oh, it's going to take you a long time to go through all that stuff. And what they were thinking was that I would have to hold things and hold them as precious. And I was done with precious. I was so done. So I was ready. I was more than ready to let go and move on, and to free these hands and these arms and this heart and this head of all of those things that I had been under while I lived at Tinker's Paradise. And I say under because a large part of those things were not mine. And there was a burden of the condition of the house. There was not being able to even garden and things like that. Things I wanted to do, I couldn't do any longer. So it was hard. It was a challenge, and God used it in a great way in my life, and I'm sure I will for years be gleaning gems that He taught me during that time. God never takes us through hard times without teaching us wonderful things and forging wonderful things in us. Like gems are forged under the pressure in the pressure of the earth and in heat and all of those things. And precious metals, the dross is taken off when they're melted, and then the dross can be skimmed off the top, and then you have the pure metal. And a silversmith wants to be able to see his face in that silver that he's heated up, so there's no dross, and he sees his face just like in a mirror. That's what God wants to do with us. And so that's a process that I've been through in a great way, and I'm pretty spent still from it. It's going to take me a while to get back to where I feel normal, I'm still feeling emotionally fragile because this is quite an emotional thing. I'm still in it. I'm selling a house. Sorry, I wasn't going to do this. But it's real life. It's the home I lived in with my husband for 29 years, and then 2 years, for the first time in my life, I lived all by myself there, which that was a challenge. I'd always lived with people. I've been through a lot, learned a lot, you know, and it has just been, I always say this, and it doesn't matter the hard times, and as these kinds of hard times, that I wouldn't trade them for anything because of the work that God's done in my heart. Okay, so there, with that said, let's see, what was next? We had the estate sale, and we had a really good estate sale. The Peerless Estate Sales LLC. They're an estate liquidation company here in Portland, local to my area actually, and great people. They do a great job. I had a wonderful experience with them. And Kim, who is the person that I was connected with, she was awesome. A lot of energy, have really helped to direct the conversation during the time we were setting up, hiring them and what they needed, and just had every I dotted and every T crossed, and they did a great job. Sold, oh my gosh, if you guys only knew. It was a lot. She almost didn't take the sale. I mean, I could tell it. I knew that. She told me that afterwards, and I could have told her that that's what she was thinking because I saw it in her face. I didn't say anything though. I just prayed, God, please let her do this, and she did. And she was quite glad because they really made a lot of money on it, so that was good. We were very, very pleased. And so one of the things that I had held back was the fact that my husband, in the storeroom and in the bedroom, between those two places, there were about 148 instruments, mostly guitars. A lot of them were project guitars. There were banjo parts. There were guitar necks, guitar bodies. There were violins. A couple of violins. There were a couple of ukuleles and some other things. I mean, it was crazy the things that man had. But he loved fixing instruments. He loved music, loved fixing instruments. He liked to play. He was always too shy to play in front of people, but he did a really good job. One of those things. He was a hidden talent. He sang like Elvis too. I love that. So I'm not an Elvis fan, but I was a fan of my husband singing. I'll put it that way. So anyway, it was really wonderful. They were able to sell like all of the guitars. There were some junk stuff left over, which I anticipated, but it wasn't very much. It was actually really, there was a lot that was sold. And I had so many people help me along the way during that time, people dragging the bins out of the attic and things from upstairs. Oh my gosh, there was just the bins and boxes I had to go through. It was crazy, the things I found. A lot of fun going through some of that stuff and remembering, but I was doing it very quickly, and I, didn't miss anything. I just went through everything. And it was dirty work because there was a lot of dust. So it's like, I'm surprised I didn't think to wear a dust mask, but I didn't. And I think that may be in part what I'm experiencing here now. So I have a little sinusitis thing going on, which happens when I get really stressed or go through a lot of stress. I end up with this kind of a thing, and it's usually after the fact. Well, anyway, this week we put the house on the market, and it was within 48 hours I was signing papers, accepting an offer. And it was a good offer. I was very happy to see the amount that they offered. It was well above our asking price, which I was really, really pleased. And Monday is when they're doing the inspection. The buyers hire an inspector at their cost, and he'll go through and tell them what's going on with the house, um, and then they have the option to, um, if they see something that's going to be too costly, ask us for a reduced price, which I'm really hoping doesn't happen because I need that money. I mean, God knows what I truly need. I think I need certain things, and God knows what I truly need. So I'm just trusting Him with it, quite honestly. All through this process, people have made comments, and my response to them about certain things that normally people worry about. And it isn't that I haven't worried at all, but I'm learning to surrender to the process. Because for me, this is a process. People want to call it a journey, but really, it has been a process for me, because it's a process not just physically from where I live and selling things and all of that, but it's an internal process. My heart, who I am. I don't even know who I am. Who am I going to be? What am I going to be doing in this new place? I don't know. So anyhow, if all goes well, I will have cash in hand on January 21st, or it will be in my bank account anyway. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm looking forward to it, and just really hoping it goes smoothly. That's what we're praying for. So pray along with me. And I want to thank you, everybody, for listening to me tonight. I so appreciate each and every one of you. And if I don't see you before Christmas, which I might see you before Christmas, but if I don't, you have a very Merry Christmas, and God bless you all. This is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife, for now, signing off. Bye-bye.